Hey fairies, and welcome back to my channel. It's Larisha Andrea. So hi guys, I'm Larisha Andrea. I am a hair, I don't want to say guru, I don't want to say specialist, I don't want to say stylist because I don't have my license. But my channel is pretty much hair and sometimes makeup, and I like to do quick weaves, wigs, frontals, all that good stuff. So happy new year guys. I have not made a video this year yet. This is my first video of the year, so I'm so excited because I am giving you guys this very beautiful curly bob. I love curly bobs, so I decided to do one of my own because I saw, I don't know who I saw. I think it was like Juju from Love and Hip Hop or something like that. But I just literally died when I saw her hair on like the episode. Yes, I love Ratchet TV, but I literally died when I saw Juju's hair on Love and Hip Hop, and I was just like, I definitely have a curly wig that is super long, and not to say I don't like long curly hair, but I just wanted to cut it because I don't know what it is about me, but I feel like if my hair is like shoulder length or like mid length, I feel like it looks so much better on me than long hair. I do love my long hair, but I feel like long hair on me looks good when it's straight. But I feel like as far as like curly hair or wavy hair or something like that, it always looks good when it's like shoulder length on me. So I decided to cut the long curly wig that I had, and this hair is from Beauty Forever Hair, and I decided to do this kind of lace series in like 2 parts because I wanted to show you guys in a detailed form how I customize my lace frontals now, and I wanted to show you guys how I got this cut, and also how I get my hair to stay like the wet look kind of. That is a really big trend nowadays. So I wanted to show you guys how I do the wet look and how I keep my hair to look exactly like this because this hair is dry. So this will be part 1, and I will be showing you guys in detail how I customize my lace frontal with this, which is this one right here, 2018, and I'm still effing up, right? It's crazy. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I customize my lace frontal, then definitely stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay guys, jumping right into the tutorial because we are trying to fool everybody today with this lace frontal. We're going to be moving on to bleaching the knots. So bleaching 101 is just making sure that your bleach mixture is pretty thick in consistency. You don't want it too runny, but you don't want it too thick to where you're not able to apply the bleach on the frontal and it's not moving anywhere. So my method is just pretty much patting the bleach onto the frontal. Now it's pretty tedious, but it is the best way to not over process your bleach to have it run over to the other side. If you run over to the other side, you basically have to re-dye the knots onto the frontal, and that's a whole nother process, and we do not have time for that, people. So I like to flip over my frontal to the other side to where the bleach part is on the tissue paper. This is not tissue paper. What am I talking about? It's a trash bag. I like to use a trash bag because it's pretty simple. But so once I let my bleach sit for about 25 minutes, I've discovered over time that 25 minutes is the best time when leaving your bleach on your frontal. I'm just going to be rinsing it out just to get all the bleach out and running it through the hair. I will say that this is a really good frontal because when you rinse it out and you shampoo it, it does not shed at all. That is the best thing about this frontal. A lot of times frontals shed, a lot of times frontals are a little bit more thicker and coarse than the bundles, but this is not the case. This hair is super silky and it does not shed. So I'm just going to be shampooing it twice. I'm using a regular shampoo as you would any other natural hair just to cleanse the hair. And once I'm done with that, I'm just going to be rinsing it out. So once I'm done with the regular shampoo, I like to move on to the purple shampoo. So you don't need this much purple shampoo. I really don't know why I did this much, like I'm not running out of purple shampoo already. So I like to use the purple shampoo because the purple gets any excess orange or red tint out of the frontal to where it's going to neutralize the base of the frontal to match my direct skin tone, which is super duper good. So I'm just going to let this purple shampoo sit for 25 minutes as well. You want to let the bleach and the purple shampoo sit for a good amount of time, and I've come up with 25 minutes. So moving on to plucking this frontal, girl, we are going to be using some water. I like to use 2 combs, and I also like to use 2 tweezers. So I'm just going to be sectioning off the top of the frontal because you don't want to pluck this part yet. I'm going to be using a different set of tweezers to pluck this part because this is very fragile, guys. So you want to basically start from the back and work your way up. So from the back, I like to use these slanted tweezers only because it gets a good amount of hair out, and I'm not going to be plucking forever if I were to be using the fine tweezers. So I like to pluck in a downward motion. I will be getting up closer in about a few seconds to just show you guys in detail how I pluck the frontal, but I like to pluck in a downward stroke for about 3 or 4 plucks, and then take my fine tooth comb and comb the hair through. You want to make sure that you are taking your time with this. Now, a lot of times people will say that plucking takes them about hour to 2 hours. Guys, I did this in 30 minutes because of the method that I'm doing and showing you guys. So I like to section off the hair, and then I like to pluck my frontal in a downward motion for about 3, 4 to 5 plucks, and then comb it through. You want to keep doing this step, making sure that your frontal is staying wet because you're able to see the frontal in its true form, because when it dry, obviously it becomes a little bit more full, but when it's wet, it's a little bit more thin, so you're really able to see in detail. Customizing a frontal is customizing it to your hairline. So I am customizing this frontal to my hairline. My natural hairline is not super thin, but it's not super full. So I have very fine hair regardless. I've had fine hair since I was born. My family has fine hair, you know, so it's just genetic. So my hairline is not balding. I just have a very thin hairline. So I'm plucking my frontal to match my thin, fine hairline. So when you're plucking your frontal, you want to make sure that you're looking in the mirror to see how your hairline looks. And whatever your hairline looks is how you want to pluck your frontal. Sounds super simple, and it is super simple, guys. All you have to do is just pluck it to your natural hair. So once I've gotten over all the way to the other side, this is how much hair I have plucked. It's nothing super crazy. I've plucked way more hair than this before, you guys. So now we're going to be moving on to the front section. So I'm just going to be pushing back all these little thinner baby hair areas, as I like to say, and I'm going to be moving on to my thinner, more fine tweezers. So with these tweezers, they don't take as much hair out as the regular slanted tweezers. So I'm just going to be spraying this down with some water because I want to see the true form of the hairline. And I'm going to go ahead to plucking with my finer tweezers. So with this, I don't want to do too much because with the front of the hairline, you don't want it to be too uniform like how this hairline is, but you don't want it to be too thin. Frontals thin over time. So you don't want to pluck your frontal ridiculously too much the first time, because over time, depending on how much you wear your wig or depending how much you wear your frontals, it will thin out naturally. So I'm plucking it to pretty much match my hairline, but not to where it's like fully matching my hairline, because I seriously don't want it too thin. So I'm just going to be doing the same method, plucking and combing through until I get my desired look of how I want my customized frontal. Now, some people like to say that plucking their hairline on their frontal takes literally like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Guys, I got this done in like 30 minutes, and look at this frontal, laid and slayed, hunty. It is looking like a natural hairline. At least looks like my natural hairline. And if you guys want to see how I got this curly bob, then definitely make sure that you guys check out part 2, which will be up the next day, which is tomorrow. And I show you guys how I put on my wig, as well as how I do not use Got to Be gel anymore. I only use it to lay down my stocking cap. When it comes to laying down my wigs, I do not use Got to Be gel anymore. So if you guys want to see how I got this wig and how I apply my wigs now in 2018, definitely make sure you check out part 2. As always, I love you guys, and bye.